Energy goes beyond turning on the lights or keeping your favorite shows streaming. It's what spins the records you love, kickstarts your productive week, and provides opportunity to your local community. Energy is health, connection, progress. It's what makes your possibilities possible. And at Southern Company, we're committed to ensuring your energy is there when you need it most. A commitment we have the privilege to keep. Southern Company, building the future of energy.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Okay, here we go.
Where the plays get broken down and science gets denied.
Hey, they said I gotta come off the bench.
Hour 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
We got music now. I know I felt bad because Tate had to do the open kind of like all dry and stuff, but hey, we got music now. But very excited for day number 2 because all these teams are schools and teams and proud programs that have certainly for Georgia, for Tennessee, and for Texas, they have been fully in the conversation over the last couple of years. Auburn's trying to get back there. But yesterday, 3 of the 4 quarterback. You know, Austin Simmons, a little bit of a question mark. And not because I don't think he's going to be a good player, but he's not been a starter before. Like, these teams right here, okay, like, what's Jackson going to be coming over from Oklahoma, where Matt said it last segment, he got benched. All right, what's Gunnar Stockton going to be? Is he going to be able to replicate what Carson Beck did over the last couple of years? Tennessee, we've talked about their quarterback troubles. They traded their quarterback basically. He goes to UCLA. You get UCLA's quarterback, and your quarterback – he's a tough kid, but he didn't have his best year. 2 years ago was his best year at Appalachian State, not last year. And then for Texas, it's Arch Manning, right? And so all the hype and all the things we think he can be, but it's drastic difference in what we had yesterday and what we know to what we are trying to find out.
Yeah, it's quarterbacks that are all over the spectrum of what the hype level is on what people think they can be. A lot of, Gunnar Stockton, one of the top guys in his recruiting class. We still don't know because of the style of play. Jackson Arnold, of course, he's got this. He's got these different. He can run. He can throw it a little bit. What is he going to be? Well, how is he going to do outside of the offense at Oklahoma that was not very good last year? Didn't have a lot of pieces in place for him to be successful. And then you got, of course, Arch Manning, who has all the hype in the world, and people are putting him in Heisman lists and everything. But there's one thing similar about all these kids is that they're all unproven. Of course, Arch played in 3 games, and we think he's going to be good, but we don't know what any of these guys are going to be. So, like you said yesterday, it was a little bit more of these are proven commodities. We know they're going to be good. We know what they bring to the table. Today's all about like who are these guys? What can they be? What's the speculation? So everybody's interested in hearing these guys talk just to see what kind of confidence level, what are they bringing to the table from a character standpoint and with a leadership standpoint. There's only so much you can get from an interview with 1,000 people here, but it's unknown. So this is a really interesting day. We'll learn a lot more today about these kids than we did probably yesterday from those guys.
So for you, in your own experience, because you have been in college 4 years, you had played plenty of times. There have been games where you started for LSU. There have been games where you came in for LSU. There's games where you rotated for LSU. Like for you, once it was your team, because it is Gunnar Stockton's team. It is Jackson Arnold, who's played before, so it's a little bit different. But now, like even Arch, Quinn's not there anymore. He's in Miami.
Yep.
It's Arch's team. What was that process like for you, and like how did you make sure that you made it the biggest thing but didn't make it too big?
Well, mine was a little different because I was like, God, it's about time. It was so long. I was like, man, it's been so long since I've been a starter here, consistent starter. So mine was a little bit of a relief, and we talked about it when people are asking, like, oh, Matt, you definitely came to media day when you were going into your senior year. I'm like, no, I didn't. For one, you were getting married, and I was an usher.
You were a groomsman.
And
definitely a groomsman.
But 2, I remind people that Miles hadn't named me the starter by this point. I mean, I think it was everybody pretty much knew, but it was more of the, he wanted to create that mindset of we're going to compete.
Oh, he's so, like he said compete so
much.
We're going to compete.
So it's, I hadn't been named the starter at that point. So
you actually still haven't been.
still, to this day, not named the starter of 2007. But, I don't know. I guess I wouldn't have come anyway. I had duties that weekend. I had to groom. Not a big deal.
I still can't believe you asked that question, but well, actually I can.
But you talk about these kids, and it's finally they have the keys to the car. How do they handle it? It's always interesting to see because you want to think every kid can handle it the right way. You want to think, and there's nothing to prove that these. We talk about the expectations put on Arch Manning. There's so many. Hopefully they've taken his phone and social media away from him just for his own sanity, because you want to be able to, and you like to think that everybody can filter out what people say, and they're all going to say it. They're going to say it today. We don't listen to the outside noise. It's all about the team inside the building, which is great. And I think for 99% of the time, it is that way. But in this day and age, with social media, with access to all sorts of information, it's impossible to filter it out, whether subconsciously or consciously.
It is. I will say the Manning family, being around them a little bit, they try to get away from social media as much as they can. It's impossible now.
It's impossible, but also, I agree. If anybody's set up to do it, it would be him. But he's in college. He's a college kid. You don't think he's got social media? There's no way to avoid. There's no way to avoid that. So, we'll see. The hype train for him can go really, really good for him, or it could go really, really bad for him, just depending on his style of play. But if he plays well, it is going to bode well for him. Go up to Ohio State and get a win, see what happens.
That opener is going to be a rematch of the Cotton Bowl. It's like, hey, bud, there's no tiptoeing into this starting quarterback situation. Like, you've started games.
You just want to go to Ohio State?
They were against UTSA, ULM, and Mississippi State. Ohio State's going to be a little bit different. Mm-hmm. The Buckeyes going to be – you're going up to Ohio Stadium.
Yeah, we look over our right shoulder. They have a jersey and a helmet right by the national championship trophy for a reason, because they are the reigning champs. So you picked a fight with a big old boy.
And we're not going to talk a lot about the Buckeyes here at SEC Media Day, but they do also – in a lot of people's minds, and I might agree with them, they have the best offense and defensive players in the country. Jeremiah Smith, the receiver, and Caleb Downs at safety.
Yeah.
So they lost 14 guys to the draft, but let's not act like the cupboard's bare there.
And Texas did lose a lot of people as well. So can they reload? I know that their preseason hype train's pretty big too, just as a team, not only Arch. So we'll see if they can live up to the hype. I'll be interested the closer we get to that game to see how this crew here at OTB picks that game.
Right now, I'd go Buckeyes.
I'd go Buckeyes by 10.
By 10.
By 10.
I like Texas. I do think
right
they
now.
still have.
That's right now.
They still got a lot of talent as well. But to your point, like Julian's saying, like, what's he going to be? That's going to be a big question mark. But you do have the best receiver in the country to throw it to.
In college football, you give the home team 3 points, right?
Yeah.
They automatically in the Vegas line, if it's a chalk matchup, you give the home team 3 points. So outside of that, I'm saying they're a touchdown better right now on a neutral site.
All right, so this is we're going to do this. I know everybody's going to be shocked when I say this. We're going to take a break somewhat on time here.
No, this is early.
It is. It's like actually 2 minutes early because I want to be a man of my word. And I told one of our loyal listeners, Quinn, that here during SEC Media Day, every day, day 1, 2, 3, and 4, we would go over the teams and say their win total number according to Vegas and go over or under.
Okay, perfect.
All right, so we got to go back. A little retroactive here. LSU, Ole Miss, South Carolina, Vanderbilt.
Perfect.
We'll do that. And then later on, we'll do Auburn, Georgia, Tennessee, and Texas. So when we come back, we'll go through the teams that we heard from yesterday, and we'll do it right here on OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, go to trashrangers.com. Trashrangers.com is the website to sign up for residential commercial service roll-off dumpsters. 3 different sizes to choose from. And if you're not quite sure which size to use, just let them know. Here's what I got going on. My home, my business. Here's the amount of trash that I expect to have. They've been in the business. They've been doing this for a long time. They're going to know exactly what size you need. It is incredibly easy. They're going to drop it off. They're going to pick it up. I mean, I tell the story all the time. Like, T-Bob went in. He's like, we're at the station, right downtown. He's like, I need a dumpster. We got some stuff. The guy said it was spring cleaning. Didn't tell anybody. It was because he was moving. We get to Tiger Stadium to do a deal for U-High. By the time we went from downtown to U-High, it was already on its way to his home. That's like, what, 7 minutes max?
Yep.
That's what kind of service you give a trash ranger.
Yeah, a local company who really puts their customers first. And you talk about text reminders the night before. Don't ever forget to put your trash out again. Go see them today. Let them help you with your trash. TrashRangers.com.
Live from the 2025 SEC Football Media Days, powered by Parish Construction and Roofing. Enter now for your chance to win $10,000 cash at parishbuilt.com. Our coverage is also presented by Rev and Relief Windows.
All right, welcome back in. OTB 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. It looks like we're missing a good film sesh here. I know it's officiating. The head of officiating's up there giving the great word and point of emphasis, I guess, throughout the season of, hey, here's what we're going to look for more. And right now it looks like they're going through disconcerting signals.
Oh.
Yeah, see how they're playing some Vanderbilt tape and how the defensive line move and it, simulates a snap or whatever. LSU got 4 of those last year.
Look at the right defensive tackle, too. Flinches his left arm.
It'd be great if you could see that.
Who's Vanderbilt versus who?
That looks like Prairie View A&M.
Oh.
If I had to guess, with the color scheme. I can't tell because their backs to us. We're watching the end zone copy.
Lutcher High.
Dude, you don't want to mess with Lutcher.
I know. I get it.
It was River Parish.
He doesn't want any part of them.
All right, win totals for the teams that we saw yesterday. LSU, Ole Miss, South Carolina, and Vanderbilt. Right now, LSU's win total is set at 8.5. Over.
1,000. 8.5 is it?
8.5.
12-game season?
8.5.
That includes postseason?
No.
Yeah.
12 games.
Yeah, I'm taking the over so fast it would make your head spin.
Yeah, I think disappointment would be 9. I don't think that wouldn't be what anybody would want. You know what I mean? So
yeah, unless something goes disastrously wrong, I just can't find 4 losses.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you they're going to win 12 games. I have them as a 10-2 football team.
I have them playing, at least 4 or 5 really good teams.
Yeah.
But I can't find 4 losses on our season.
All right, the Ole Miss Rebels set at 8.5.
Okay, well, let's see here. What do you got?
So I think because of their schedule, I think it feels like a 9-win team. Them and Missouri probably, when I look at schedule, I think actually lines up the best. And so, when you look at, okay, I'm trying to get them to 9 wins. Georgia State,
Yep.
Tulane, Washington State, the Citadel, Mississippi State. Those are 5 that I can get right now for Ole Miss. And even, gosh, you look at games against Arkansas, I can probably give you that. So that's 6 right there. Now, I would say at Kentucky, but they lost to them a year ago. So it's, can they win 3 of the games at Kentucky, at Georgia, at Oklahoma, South Carolina, and Florida? You know what? As I lay this out,
yeah,
it might be an 8-4 team.
Yeah, I got 5 guaranteed wins. I'm going to give them Arkansas.
Yeah,
I'm going to give them 6 there. Okay,
it's at home.
So they'll have to beat Kentucky.
Yeah.
Got to beat Oklahoma. That puts them at 8 if they win those 2 games. Then they got to pull. Yeah, I got them at 8.
Yeah, I think they're 8-4 football team.
Mm-hmm. I mean, obviously, it's going to depend a lot on how the new quarterback, how Jackson.
And I want to say closer to 9 than 7.
Arnold. Austin Simmons plays.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Closer to 9 than 7, but still 8-4. They lost a lot, man.
Yeah.
And I trust Lane Kiffin to get Austin Simmons ready to go. Caden Lee was a stud, catching up with him yesterday. Incredibly impressive young man. They've got some weapons on offense. If Logan Diggs is fully healthy, but man, you can't lose what they lost in the front seven at Ole Miss and just expect to be anywhere close to what they were.
Right.
And last year they were a 9-1 football team.
Yeah, and one game I was looking at that interests me on that schedule and trying to find wins for them is to see. We'll see them tomorrow, but the Florida game, what are they going to be this year? How big of a step does DJ Lagway take? November 15th, we'll know exactly who both those teams are when Ole Miss faces Florida, but just trying to find an 8th or 9th win for them, I got that one circled as maybe it's depending on how Florida looks, but we got a toss-up there.
All right, as we continue moving on down the list of teams yesterday, over/under win total. South Carolina right now set at 7.5. I'm surprised to see that number just because of all of the talk around the Gamecocks. They were a 9-win team a year ago. I also look, if I'm going to go out there and say what Ole Miss lost on defense, one of the things that's a little too quiet for me is what South Carolina lost on defense at every level. Now, South Carolina's got some homegrown guys that I think are ready to take a step, but I don't know if they can take that big of a step. Like, you have one of the best pass rushers in the country, Stewart on the edge, but you know what he doesn't have now? Kyle Kennard on the other side, who's an all-conference player. I believe he's a defensive player in the conference. So, like, hey, bud, like, you know, sometimes when you get those single blocks, yeah, you're not getting a single one of those this year. Like, you're going to get double-teamed, tight end chip, running back chip. I think they're a better team than 7.5 wins.
Their schedule, so they have, looking at their schedule, South Carolina State and Coastal Carolina towards the end of the season. Everybody else here, outside of we've got the SEC schedule. Then they play Virginia Tech, first game of the season, and last game of the season, of course, they play Clemson.
Yeah.
So they do have a tough schedule. But I think I really liked listening to Shane Beamer yesterday.
Yeah.
Impressive, highly impressive the way and then I'm betting on a quarterback here, and I think Lenoir Sellers could be, and I mean he was last year, but I think he could take that step and be an absolute dog this year. I think.
Did you get a chance to see him in person yesterday?
I did not.
He's bigger than I thought he was.
Okay, so Lenoir Sellers to me has a chance to take that next step and be a guy in college football that could lead the charge in this Heisman race.
I agree.
Because I think that he's got that ability. And I think he's got that, just hearing his coach talk about him and reading a little bit more about him on this past week, he's got an opportunity to take a huge step forward in the way he plays a quarterback, his progressions, things like that. So he's got one of those opportunities to be a guy that can absolutely dominate college football. And so I'm going to bet on him, and I say 7.5 is way low for them.
I'll go over.
Yeah, I'm going to go over for them.
All right,
Both tougher schedule than Ole Miss, though.
So do we agree right now, LSU over, Ole Miss under, South Carolina over?
Yes.
Okay. All right, let's get to the Vanderbilt Commodores.
All right, where are we at, Vandy?
Their win total, 4.5.
Whoa.
4.5 wins for Vanderbilt. Mississippi State's last in the SEC at 3.5.
Okay.
So there's two teams tied at 4.5, Kentucky and Vanderbilt, and then State is 3.5. 4.5 for that guy that I talked to yesterday. There's no chance. There's no way. There's no way. There is no way.
The
4.5 is the real
small
number.
School. Well, they got two. So they got Charleston Southern because they got a squad this year.
The Bucks, the Buccaneers. Let's go, baby.
No way you knew that mascot. Are you serious?
I did know that for sure. Yes.
That's not common knowledge to anybody.
If you dabble in college basketball betting, it is.
Okay, fair enough. Then they play Georgia State in their fourth game. But Virginia Tech, how about them? They're scheduling South Carolina and Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt plays Virginia Tech second week of the season.
Yeah, beat them last year. That's kind of what opened our eyes to Vanderbilt.
Oh, man.
But look, 4.5. It's like Charleston Southern. I'll still give them. I know they lost last year. Georgia State, Utah State, You telling me they just got to win two more, and they've got Kentucky, they've got Auburn, they've got all
Yeah, that's true.
Sure.
So they got Auburn and Kentucky at home. They go on the road to play at South Carolina. They play at Alabama, at Texas, at Tennessee. You got to mark those 4 down as losses. I would think.
But 6 and 6 feels.
But 6 and 6 feels doable. At least 5.
Very doable.
Yeah, 5 and 7 feels.
I would hammer that total and go over.
The guy that dropped 2 S-bombs and an F-bomb.
Yeah.
Within 30 seconds of meeting him for
With
the first
ease.
time. With ease.
He hit
Impressively said
let's effing go about his team in 30 seconds because he got himself that fired up.
Didn't know he was on Sirius. Didn't know he could say it. He just
Didn't
said
care.
It. Didn't care.
Didn't care that he said
He apologizes to nobody.
That's right.
Yeah, let's go over. I'm going to go 5 wins.
I'll go over as well.
And, of course, Clark Lee, incredible grip strength.
Incredible
So, all right,
grip
that's
strength.
another win. 6 wins for them for me.
That's a 6 and 6 football team. So right now I'm LSU 10-2, Ole Miss 8-4.
10-2 for LSU.
I'm 10-2. What are you? 9-3?
No, I'm definitely not 9-3. I was.
Oh, so you're
10-2
thinking
or 11.
higher.
I was saying 10-2, 11-1.
Okay, I'm 10-2. I'm 10-2 right now in LSU. Ole Miss 8-4, South Carolina 8-4, maybe 9-3, but 8-4 right now. Vanderbilt 6-6. So we got 3 overs and an under.
I wanted to go 12-0 for LSU, but I wanted to keep my journalistic integrity in place. So I got a bunch of that. That's what I really care about.
Nikki said Flynn just panicked that he needed to know the Charleston Southern mascot.
No, I didn't panic that I needed to. I was shocked.
I'm a
that
little. I
Jacob
got like a
knew it.
little Rain Man when it comes to that, like mascots and small schools and mid-major college basketball is like that thing for me.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's shocking because you are a degenerate gambler when it comes to
College basketball.
College basketball. And I guess I'm thinking about like what platforms are out there that I've seen the betting platforms, and it does usually say like the mascot name.
Oh yeah, for sure.
On it, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess those things.
I also do have a 3-hour show that we have to talk about every
That
team
is
and every
true.
sport.
But Charleston Southern.
Yeah.
I know you could talk a lot. Do you think they got it? Their helmet's got to be. I don't know if you can see this big. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Charleston Southern for
over my
sure.
right shoulder. There's a helmets, about 7,000 helmets. Charleston Southern, probably.
I saw I think this is it. I'm going to go with it. I saw Forkham Demons, Northwestern State up there. I think that's the thing. It's not like the Longhorn, but it's like the Forkham Demons.
So it like goes in.
I think that's it. Oh man, I'm not confident in it right now. I thought I was.
Shoot.
I know Louisiana Tech is go Dogs.
Okay.
Make the bulldog with your hand.
Yep. You know what TCU is? Yeah, I think it's
right?
this.
It's like the girl, the sorority guy. Texas Christian. That's what it is. Go Browns. They say that. What did they say with the frog though? Don't they have something?
I don't know. Go Frogs. I don't know.
It's something.
The Horny Toads.
I don't know what it is.
We'll figure it out. Alondra's laughing in the studio right now because of that voice you just did.
It's something I've had a lot of practice lately because I've done it on air a bunch. Bilbo says, have y'all discussed how the new BBB is going to crush competitive gambling? Don't know what that is. Is it the new Better Business Bureau? Is that what we're talking about, the BBB? If so, let me know.
B. So I don't see anything crushing.
Prayers to you, Brennan, for sure. Team OTB, we're with you. Whatever you need, brother. Let's go.
Big baller
brand from
Okay,
Alondra.
all right.
Okay. Shout out LeVar Ball. All right, we will take a break.
You still got those shoes?
I did not have those. I did not.
Hey, we got it on the other. I got an
shoes.
update on the Arctic Challenge Jimmy Graham rowing expedition. Got an update.
When we come back here on OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, go to PelicanRoof.com for Pelican Roofing, PelicanRoof.com, top right corner of the website. Get that instant quote done today. Home or business, you put in your address, it outlines your space, gives you a great idea of what that roof is going to cost you. Pelican Roof is the most trusted roofing company in Louisiana, Lafayette, and Baton Rouge. Boots on the ground in both locations. So they're not driving back and forth on the Atchafalaya. No, they are there for you. They're there in those local communities as well. Go to the website, PelicanRoof.com.
Yeah, and don't panic. We know roof is a big deal, changing the roof on your house, but it is so important. They can help you with financing. They have financing options right there on the website. 0% for qualified buyers, up to 21 months. Are you kidding me? And 0% means zero. That's a big fat zero. So give them a call, see how they can help you, and don't be afraid of the service. They will put a project manager that's dedicated to just your project. PelicanRoof.com.
Live from the 2025 SEC Football Media Days, powered by Parish Construction and Roofing. Enter now for your chance to win $10,000 cash at parishbuilt.com. Our coverage is also presented by Rev and Relief Windows.
All right, welcome back in. OTB 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Moving right along here. Day number 2, SEC Media Days in Atlanta, Georgia. College Football Hall of Fame. Yesterday, Matthew, I was coming to look for you, see what you were up to, and I got stopped by our boy Cole Kublik, and it's like a little quick little chat, like, hey, I'm going live here on YouTube, like let's talk a little LSU. I'm like, cool, 10, 12 minutes, whatever. 44 minutes of talking yesterday about SEC football. You joined us.
Jumped in
as well. One of the things that he was talking about, he was asking me about, I think it's actually a great question. He's like, you can steal this for your show tomorrow. I was like, I didn't sit here for 44 minutes for nothing.
Yeah.
He was talking about when you're a quarterback and you're like a new quarterback, like so you don't have any built-up equity and you play for a defensive coach. Now, you've done that throughout your career a couple of different times. In the pros, we talked about Dennis Allen, which we found out he was actually a good football player at A&M. Yesterday from Billy Lucci.
Yeah, it was one of the more surprising things.
Surprised me. Then you had, obviously, Nick Saban in college. And he started to talk about it. I was like, that certainly is real. And I even mentioned, I said, look, Les was an offensive guy. He's an offensive line guy. But that's the feeling I'm sure that a new quarterback would have with Coach Miles as well, because he was so play elite defense, run the football, make enough plays through the air, don't turn the football over. Mm-hmm. And you can say, well, every coach does that. Yeah, but when you play for a defensive, conservative, don't screw my defense by turning the football over, I like the mindset of that as a quarterback. You have to feel like you're perfect. And we said this yesterday multiple times. Football is not supposed to be played to try to be perfect.
No.
It's not a perfect game.
Especially on defense, right?
Yeah.
And so the conversation, you guys were talking about Auburn, getting ready for today, and the conversation started. Y'all brought me over there to give my opinion on it as well, talking about Jackson Arnold coming over from Oklahoma, and with Brent Venables, of course, really good defensive coordinator at Clemson a long time, and just what is the mindset of a defensive head coach, the messaging that could be there, not putting words in Brent's mouth. We have no idea his messaging to him, but just talking about a defensive coach, the mindset is you have to inspire energy. Like, you want your guys to play with their hair on fire. You don't want them to think. There's less thinking on the defensive side of the ball than there is. I'm not saying that there's no thinking. Like, you got to play within the scheme. You have to know your role. You have to know, you got to watch releases of the number 3, number 2. You got to watch the release of the running back. There's a lot going on, but there's more X's and O's thinking on the offensive side of the ball. So then when you have a defensive coach, there's a chance out there that it could be like, hey, we cannot turn the ball over. We cannot throw picks. Quarterbacks, we can't throw interceptions. And the mindset of skill positions that use their fine motor skills. I said, any thrower, swinger, kicker, you never want to even put those words out there.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to tell a kicker, hey, don't
golfer,
miss this. Hey, don't miss this field goal.
Hitter, yeah.
Yeah, it's all comments, because you don't want them to think too much about it, because you train you tens of thousands of throwing reps, kicking reps, swinging reps.
You ice a kicker.
Exactly.
Like,
You want them to think.
Yeah, if I'm lining up about to run counter, I'm like, I don't care if you call timeout.
So there was always
like
an offensive room, an offensive team room when you're addressing an offense, addressing a quarterback room. You never bring up the word interceptions. Like that's just a thing. Like you don't say the word interception.
Right.
It's like we can't throw interceptions here. Blah blah blah. Unless the only time I've ever really heard it is the day after a game when we're reviewing film. Like we can't throw this interception right here, whatever. But when you're talking,
I don't even really hear it. It's like, hey, we can't turn the ball over here.
It's just one of those blackball things. Like you just don't taboo. Yeah. You can't say it. You speak in positive language. You speak
even
let's control the let's ball security. We have to focus on ball security today because as a quarterback, you cannot be walking up to the line of scrimmage saying, "All right, don't throw a pick."
Yeah,
don't throw a pick. It's like a batter stepping up into the batter's box saying, "Don't strike out. Don't strike out. Don't strike out." A kicker, don't miss. Don't miss. Don't miss. And I think sometimes defensive coaches might have the inclination to say those taboo words that will instill like some sort of mindset. Because on defense, it's like, get a pick, get the ball. So if you're talking to the offense, it's like, don't throw a pick. It's the opposite of what I've always been training. Don't throw that pick. And we talked about like the confidence level at a quarterback, and I brought up the Jaden Daniels his first year at LSU. And why I was a little bit critical of him when he first got here, because of his confidence level. Yeah, you could tell, like in his mind, he wasn't getting fed this information. But in his mind, he was like, "Don't throw a pick. Be perfect. I have my legs. I can fall back on that. So don't take the chance down the field." And we saw him struggle really early on, with getting through progression.
Yeah, he just had another elite skill set where he could make a play.
Yeah, or it's down the field, and I see the guy, I think I can make the throw, but I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to tuck it and do what's comfortable to me. And you mentioned how Brian Kelly had to tell him, throw an interception.
Yeah.
You know what? Just throw it. I want you to throw an interception.
Do you remember the Tennessee game? That year is a day game in Tiger Stadium, and the TV caught it. Brian Kelly meets Jaden on the hash, and he's like, he could read his lips. He's like, it's one-on-one coverage.
Yes,
throw the ball.
Remember that. Yeah, throw the ball.
Like he wanted him to try to not be reckless, but to take advantage of what they're giving you. Take a chance. From that moment on, if you remember that season, that's when it flipped.
It clicked. Now he had some moments, but there was so many. Like you saw even before that, you saw like the flashes, and that's why I think people were a little critical on him. I'll take ownership in that because like you saw what could be.
Yeah,
you saw how good but at playing the quarterback position, he was just hesitant, and I say it all the time. Like he made the biggest transition of a quarterback I'd ever seen in a very short period of time. And what a testament to him. But it just proves that point of the mentality of the fine motor skill positions. You cannot, you have to have that confidence level. And Brian Kelly is really good. He's obviously one of the top coaches in the country. He knows that messaging. He's like, hey, I get it. Like, you don't want to make a mistake. I respect that, and I appreciate that as a quarterback because you're trying to take care of the ball. Your turnover ratio is probably the biggest stat that reflects wins and losses is turnover ratio. So I get it. Like, you're doing great. Hey, but guess what? Throw a pick.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah.
Let it rip because I think it's going to surprise you. They have positive outcome because we got guys, and you're talented. You can make those throws.
Yeah.
And you got to understand, if it's one-on-one and our guy knows where he's going and the DB doesn't, we have the advantage. And it just takes that confidence level.
Can a defensive coach give that advice? Like if Brian Kelly was a defensive coach, do you think he would have said the things to Jaden that he said?
Like give up a deep ball.
Yeah, like, hey.
I'd be aggressive. But maybe. It kind of depends
pull
on
the trigger.
pull the trigger.
Because like I look at this
like a blitzer, like someone like a rusher, you want them to go full speed.
So when I'm looking at this list, I'm like, okay, yep. Lane Kiffin would tell his guy to sling it. Shane Beamer would tell his guy to sling it. Steve Sarkisian, Josh Hoppe, Kirby ain't saying that. You know what I'm saying? Like Kirby Brent Venables isn't saying that.
I think Kirby's a seasoned enough great coach.
But even Coach Saban, I guess, wasn't as bad as people might have, thought he was as like a defensive coach. And taking care of the ball. Like he wasn't like that uber conservative like a lot of people thought. But it's just defensive coaches, certainly if they've got like an elite defense,
gotta be
they're like,
careful,
hey, don't screw us. Like,
Yeah.
we'll take care of you, but don't put us on the 20 with our back against the goal line,
Right.
and they score in 2 plays.
Right. And I've never heard a coach before Brian Kelly say that, right?
Yeah.
Throw a pick. Because, I mean, what a great way to paint a picture to a quarterback. Like, hey, let it rip, dude.
Yeah.
You're good enough. But, yeah, when you start thinking about it too much, the hardest pass for a quarterback to complete is somebody wide open because you start thinking about it too much. And it's a reaction sport. You want to be prepared. You want to have the hand in the bar. You want to know what to do with the ball and just react. Let your training take over at that point. And just because when he's wide open, you're trying to guide it. You're trying to guide it. When you're trying not to throw a pick, you're trying not to throw a pick. That might mean not pulling the trigger.
Harder route to throw, a like 10-yard stop route where a guy's wide open, turning his numbers to you, or like a 2-yard flat route to like a back that nobody went out with him, and you got to throw it and hit him on the move.
2-yard flat route.
You rather throw that one?
No, that's the hardest one.
Oh, I was about to
by
say,
far.
yeah.
Back in the day, like the old school, like bubble routes,
Oh,
the bubble passes, those were hard. Anything running backs, like wide routes or flat routes,
Yeah.
it's just you got to figure out as a quarterback, you got to just finally be like, man, I'm just going to rip it.
I know.
I'm just going to rip this ball.
We were playing against the Patriots one year, and we called it an M route. It was a little bit different than a swing. It was a little slower, a little deeper, like heavy emphasis on help out your tackle before you get out.
Like a almost just outside the hat, inside the number kind of swing route.
Yeah. And so I ran one of those, and I get out late. Phillip has pressure. He throws it like at my feet, and like my hands are on the ground. I try to catch it. It skips like right at my feet or whatever, and I stop playing. I'm going back to the huddle. And then all of a sudden I hear the Patriot coach is like, get it. I'm like, get what? And that ball he threw it to me is in front. It bounced in front of me, and they called it a lateral.
No.
And all of us were walking back to the
Gave up
huddle.
on the play?
Yeah. I was like, that's a forward pass. And Vrabel picks it up, and he starts, like, lugging down the sideline. I think it was him, at least. Maybe it was it doesn't matter. They all were built the same. Every white outside linebacker for the Patriots for 15 years. And I'm like, oh, I guess I should go chase him. Like he's got – but that route, I mean, even, like, somebody like it's hard.
That's
like, I was open, and he threw it, and it kind of, like, it just went to my feet, and it ended up going the other way.
When it happens, just like Mel Gibson said when he was fighting the British.
I was about to say, I hadn't heard Mel Gibson quoted in a while.
When he was fighting the British. Aim small, miss small.
That in The Patriot?
Yep. Oh, yeah. I think you believe he was telling the late Heath Ledger that.
Yep. It's good advice.
R.I.P.
All right. Anything else? Anything else you want to add to that?
No, I just really wanted to fit the Patriot into this show at some point.
Oh, we need to come up with a word for you to fit into every show.
Yeah. So when you seen Super Troopers,
Yep.
There was one year in Green Bay. Like we were like, who can say meow the most in a press interview?
I bet Aaron won.
He won.
Yep.
There was always something that was like, I bet you can't say this, and it was usually like, a vulgar, but you can't fit this into an interview.
It feels like somebody that always fitted in. More
There you
OTV
go.
when we come back.
Off the bench.
Go to GetGordon.com. GetGordon.com is the website for Gordon McCurry injury attorneys.
Rivers is over us.
GetGordon.com. It is your area code in Louisiana, followed by 888-8888. That's everywhere. 318-985-225, 504-337. Shreveport to Monroe, Monroe to Ellick to Lake Chuck to New Orleans, everywhere in between, of course, here in the greater Baton Rouge area. So go to the website, see what they can do for you, see what they've done for past clients. You can see what cases they handle in the courtroom. GetGordon.com.
Yeah, if you've been injured, whether it's a car accident, injured on the job, whatever it is, give them a call. Let them just see how they can help you. Let them fight for you, because most of the time it is not your fault. And so let them fight for you. Everybody knows the name. You've seen the billboards, and that's because of a reason, because they do a great job. People all over the state. Go to GetGordon.com or call them today. Let them fight for you. 888-8888.
Live from the 2025 SEC Football Media Days. Powered by Parish Construction and Roofing. Enter now for your chance to win $10,000 cash at parishbuilt.com. Our coverage is also presented by Rev and Relief Windows.
All right, welcome back in. It is OTB 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
College football Hall of Fame.
Oh, look at you. By the way, this is a very cool event going on. It is, checks the date, this Saturday, July the 19th. Join Hunt Palmer and the crew at LaBerge Baton Rouge ESPN Bet Sportsbook for the ultimate UFC 318 watch party happening again this Saturday. It is going down for the BMF title. You know what the BMF stands for?
Something.
Wait,
middle.
I said that like the most sarcastic way because you knew what it meant and you weren't going to say it on air. We'll come back to that. You're going to have Dustin Poirier in his last fight against Max Holloway. It is going to be an absolute battle. Hunt Palmer, which is funny, and the crew are going to be at LaBerge checking that out. I know Alondra's fired up. She'll be in the number. She'll be in attendance there at UFC 318. So, again, watch party at LaBerge this Saturday, July 19th. Oh, Alondra, I knew what it meant. I'm shocked that this grown man next to me did not know what it meant.
I didn't know what it means. I was trying to figure out some other way to use that acronym.
Nope. You messed up.
Do we win the BMF award here at Radio Row for morning shows?
I dare somebody to take it from us. I told you, I got Cole, you got McElroy. Let's go. Let's go. You know, LSU actually.
I'll help you with Cole about 4 seconds of that fight.
LSU actually started giving the BMF title each and every week, too, after they won. And it was pretty cool. So whoever won it, they got like a former player that had like, you know, a moment kind of like that to film a video and present it to him and explain why he was the BMF. I forget who T-Bob did. T-Bob did it once. I got a chance to do the first one, and it was Jaden Daniels after Missouri. At Missouri in Como. I don't know if you remember that. He had like a broken rib. He had like a busted elbow. He had blood dripping down his hand. He had a back deal, and he would take a deep breath, find his way to the line of scrimmage, clap, get the ball, and then go for like 40.
Yep.
And he'd come back, and he looked like he was about to die. Come back, clap, throw it for 30. Like, it was incredible. Now that might be the most fun I've ever had doing a video. I call him like, hey, like, this is the BMF title. I don't want to overstep here. I was like, but I don't really think the acronym like does it justice. They're like, oh no, we want every syllable.
Oh, that's good. Nothing more demoralizing. You never want to show weakness to your opponent, someone you're playing a physical game with.
Yeah.
But there's nothing more demoralizing when you do show weakness and you still gashing them. That is some BMF stuff right there.
I loved it.
Here we go. T-Pal in the chat said BMF, badass Matt Flynn. Boom.
Okay.
That's what it stands for.
Yeah, I don't know. Those fat ankles, I don't know how bad they were.
They're not fat, they're strong. You know this.
Did you wear those fat ankle braces because you didn't want people to know which ankle was hurt?
I wore those fat ankle braces because when we got to LSU, it was a requirement to either tape your ankles or wear the braces. And I didn't like the way tape felt. I didn't like the way the ankle braces felt, certainly. I didn't want to do any of it. Because at the time, I was in the belief, I kind of still am, is if you wear the braces, you make the ankle weaker.
Ooh, that's like my sunscreen take. Please expand.
Well, you make the muscles weaker. You make the stability weaker. That's why you see soccer players with a lot less like knee injuries and stuff because they don't tape their ankles.
They do not.
And so like my coach, when I was in high school, he wanted me to wear knee braces in practice. And it was like not like the metal ones that just go. It was like the sleeve knee brace with the metal.
The Tyler
stuff.
Watts.
So it like compressed
like we
all
talked
my
about
muscles.
last night.
Yeah, the Tyler Watts. No, it was less sexy than that, if you can believe it. And I was like, Coach, like I'm wearing this all day, all week, but not in the game. Like my legs feel weaker, and so I feel like I'm more susceptible. So I didn't want to tape them. I don't believe in it. There you go. My take.
Ooh, we need somebody to call into the show. Maybe not this week's not the best. Jack Marucci paging you. I have heard a rumor,
Okay.
and I heard this in Destin from, I forget which coach, it might have been Kirby, that they don't tape ankles anymore because there was a study of exactly what you're talking
Big
about.
brain right here.
Swear to God, true story.
Are you serious? There's a study?
Swear to God.
So I've always believed it. And I did read an article.
Whoever it was,
one time.
it was Kirby, it was Lane, it was like one of those established SEC coaches who are like, yeah, our guys don't tape their ankles anymore.
Right. I mean, they can. I'm sure the option's there.
It's not mandatory, is what he said. He's like,
so it was
a study.
It was and it was those nasty like white braces that like had the shoestring all the way up.
Oh, buddy, I remember.
Terrible.
I tried to stand at least one player between me and you in the huddle, just in case.
And let me tell you, they didn't smell good after a while.
Don't love that.
No, it was terrible. But I did, when I had my ankle sprain, I did spat up. Nothing makes you look sweeter than a little spat, though.
It's the only time Les really ever got mad at me. We had a practice, and he's like, I'm tired of guys wearing their individual stuff. We're going to wear this uniform. We're going to do this. We're going to wear this color socks, this color cleats, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, oh, I'm going to be a smart ass. I'm a senior. Like, he likes me. And, man, I roll into practice. I had on, like, a visor, taped ankle or taped spat, like, over my cleats. I had, like, black tape on my wrist, like, just trying to be funny. He didn't find it funny.
He wasn't. He didn't laugh.
He didn't laugh.
Well, I mean, you were always ruffling the feathers of the rules, like skirting right on that edge of
He
too
said,
far.
take a lap. I'm making a long lap.
I'm making a big one. We're gonna compete.
All right, we'll take our last break of hour number 2. Coming back your way, hour number 3 of OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, when we get back, the thing that I am most excited about seeing in the office is our brand new interactive whiteboard thanks to Gulf Coast Office Products. I cannot wait to break it down, watch a little tape, watch a little film, and we cannot thank them enough for donating that to us. Very excited for that. But there's so many different things that Gulf Coast Office Products can do for you. I mean, we always talk about it. I mean, the number one in the print game. It's not even close. Leader in the state of Louisiana, New Orleans, Baton Rouge, Mandeville, Lafayette. You're going to get a human being as well, Matt. And I know, look, you've got a business. You deal with this all the time. The ease of having one bill, no matter how many different machines you have with GCOP, that is just another luxury when you partner with them. GCOPnet.com.
Yeah, that's a good thing about them being a local company, but a big company now. That you get that personal service, you get that personal touch. Everything they do is absolutely top notch. So copiers, printers. If you work in an office, if you own a business, you can't avoid it. You have to be able to print. You got to be able to copy. And why not choose Gulf Coast Office Products here in Louisiana? But they ship all over the country. Proud partners of the Saints, the Pelicans, the Tigers, Raging Cajuns, whatever it is. Call them today. Go see how they can help you. GCOPnet.com.